This video is on Lesson 7, Consumer Privacy. What is information privacy? It is privacy that involves the rights of individuals in relation to information about them that is circulating in society. Why is it important? Computer systems record and store a lot of information about us and our consumer activities. Public and private organizations can share our computer files. For example, the IRS can access financial data about you from your bank. Computer data can travel and change hands in just a few seconds. Because of these factors, accurate data and security is important. Why is it so sensitive? Information is a very valuable resource. People pay quite a bit of money for access to these databases. Access to information in our society today offers benefits to consumers, but it also poses a potential threat to our privacy, as we have seen with the Target database being infiltrated, as well as Home Depot and others in the last few years. Types of information that is generally available from public sources that almost anyone can get is the demographic information from the U.S. Census, birth, marriage, and divorce records, voter registration records, campaign contributions, driver's licenses, vehicle registrations, licenses and permits such as hunting and fishing, legal information such as judgments, bankruptcies, real estate titles, and other legal information. This is usually public knowledge, public sources, and can easily be obtained in most cases. There are also private databases available that are a little more difficult unless you have a legitimate purpose to get the information. This includes employment information, credit reports, tax information, criminal records, social service records, school records, and medical records. These are a little more private than your public sources. To amend or correct records, we do have privacy acts that requires each federal agency that maintains records to permit individuals to request amendment of his or her record. To amend or expunge a record, you must contact the agency in question, await administrative review of the request, and if the request is denied, you can request a court review. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives consumers the right to dispute inaccurate information and permits them to insert their own version of disputed information into a credit report. What's in a database profile and what is a database profile? Database profiles are files of information about you that are stored in computer systems and may be used by a variety of organizations. Some of this information could include your address, your phone, and fax number, Social Security number, credit card numbers, driver's license, bank account, student loan history, medical history, driving record, and so on. You can see that there are a lot of information that's available there that could possibly be stored in a database. Federal privacy protection laws that were made in the 70s. The first one in 1970 was the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This guarantees that consumer rights in the collection and reporting of information for credit, employment, insurance, and other consumer business transactions. In 1974, the Privacy Act gives American citizens the right to request, inspect, and challenge their own federal records. And in 1974, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act gives parents and students over 18 access to the students' school records. And in 1975, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act outlaws discrimination in granting credit due to age, gender, marital status, religion, ethnicity, national origin, or receipt of public assistance. And in 1976, the Tax Reform Act limits disclosure of tax information and requires that taxpayers be notified when their tax records are summoned from record keepers. And in 1978, Rights to Financial Privacy Act sets conditions under which federal investigators can access an individual's bank account records. All of these are laws that were enacted in the 70s that were federal privacy protection. There are numerous direct marketing programs that call us. You can ask to be removed from this direct marketing association. They do handle those requests. Contact them to get removed. There's the mail preference service and there's the telephone preference service. You can also go to the website and ask to be removed. You answer only necessary information on product warranty calls, so you do not have to answer everything. Never give out personal or financial information over the phone unless you know the company and know how the information will be used. Don't give the personal information at the point of sale transactions either. And if a telemarketer calls you and you don't want future solicitations, cite the federal law so that they will stop calling. What's in a credit report? Identifying information such as name, social security number, address, and sometimes phone number and previous addresses, your credit history, previous and current types of credit, credit providers, payment habits, outstanding obligations and debts, and extent of credit granted. Public record information usually limited to tax liens, judgments, and bankruptcies, and prior requesters. Names of those who have requested information about this consumer in the recent past. It's important that you know what is on your credit report. In some cases, you may find that you have a bill outstanding and it's causing your credit rating to be very low when all you need to do is pay off the bill. The Fair Credit Reporting Act stipulates that an individual will, upon request through the Consumer Reporting Agency, have access to a copy of his or her credit report. Once a year, from one of these three organizations on the screen, you can order a free credit report, and you should do that. Check it at least once a year to see what's on there. If there is something on there that shouldn't be, take care of it by either disputing or paying the debt. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are the three most noted for their free once a year credit reporting. End of video.